Lipsy, because if you go further in the story, we've seen someone said, a lady said, I give the NAWEC staff sometimes $200 and sometimes $300 when they pass my workshop. I don't know anything about electricity. A business owner said under the condition of anonymity. One part again, a resident of Soma has a timber processing machine operator along the Trans-Gambia Highway, along the Senoba border post. Gay said he was introduced to the regional meter technician at Soma office. Gay said he paid an amount of 28,000. He added that the official brought him a meter to use temporarily while he processed a new meter for him. All right, so that one is also, among that. Gay informed further that he used the meter for 4 months before it was taken from him. But the information gathered by the reporter was that he used the meter for more than a year. The free enjoyment of cash power came to an end in May 2023 when NAWEC operative took it from him. Gay told further that in January 2023, NAWEC operative took it from him and he paid extra $12,000 to get it from them again. With the latest payment, it brought his total amount of payment to $40,000. So it's a long story. Li mo nek di xew fofu ci biir Soma be lolu mo waral jamono jini NAWEC ni lañu police ñetti staffs, all right, because jël meter bi nga xam ne register wuñ ko jokkon di mu ko use at the end of the day koku nekku di fay li nga xam ne mo nek li di electricity.
But this is very clear because fekk na ñu ngi use meter city even ma ngi deglu bu baax li nga even with them saying ñom mënuñ ta def dara because some of them are illiterate. Amna kuma gis mu ngi wax lolu they cannot do that. Bypass system it must have been done by the staff of NAWEC because they are responsible for connectivity of the cash power meters. So bypass
lolu sa is not an excuse. All right, a good citizen duma wax a good citizen do mo rew bu baax. All right, yow xam nga ne suñu andale meter foog nga dem jënd cash power from time to time ndax du waaye nga toog nga gis yow nekkuloo di jënd cash power sa xel war naa ñaaw. All right, yow loo war a def moo nekk da nga war a dem NAWEC nga report man de cash power meter boole ma jox. All right, gis naa nekkuma di jënd cash power lan moo xew. All right, so that they rectify it waaye yow xam nga lii is favoring you nga noppi si ba ñëw ñu sis ko si yow nga ne you are illiterate yoo xam la affaire courant dara it's not an excuse. fii ñëpp xam nañ ne even suma maam ku nekk si dëkk bi sax xam na ne su mu demee jeexee dafa yónnee xale yi dem leen jënd cash power. My friend.
But so mangi déggal fena tam yaa ngi wax ne kooku mu ne they made their full payment but dañ leen jox meter yooyu while they process other meters for them. So obviously soo ko defee it and then this thing is from NAWEC but moom du understand whether that's illegal or not. But
everybody would think them because NAWEC official moo la ko jox is something that is normal. So loolu moo tax ma ne NAWEC tamit they have a right pour ñu punish ñii nii because mun naa am this not the first time because depuis 2012 and these people have been collecting mun naa am ñii sax ñu ngi dem around to these people sax to even collect because this Gay that they are talking about ñu ne Gay has been using this thing for more than lifin naka la Gay has been using this for more than a year now. All right.
Was it the guy that was
using the processing machine? Wow. Timber processing machine. Because when they investigate, so he has been using this meter for more than a year.
So imagine the of electricity they use within that period. Not you cannot blame some of these people because I have paid my payments. Obviously, I expect them to give me a meter. So this is the meter that you're going to use while you process other meters for you. Because that they don't want to cause a delay. They don't want to waste my time because I needed my meter for some thing. Understand? Like my job or whatsoever. So month per month it is normal because now they are the one who gave me this meter. So you cannot blame some people for having those meters. So these people are responsible because they are responsible of the connectivity of these cash power meters. So fekene ñu ko jox ñi obviously ñom xam nañ bu baax ne these meters are they are not registered so ñi nekkuñ di fay nekkuñ di jëna cash power or not or ak nu munti mel. That is why they have if you should go to that lady obviously every day you have 200 and 300. So they were collecting from this lady, knowing fully well she will give them every time because she is not paid.
Enjoy.
So more than it's just like the case of the police officer. Understand? Because you want to protect the people. You should protect me from pickpocketing, from burglary, from what form of any form of stealing or whatsoever. So so these are the people you have not done the same thing. They did the same thing.
Yeah.
They should not. We should not encourage this kind of things.
It shouldn't be encouraged
because it's like you make the rules and then you break the rules.
No,
you cannot do that.
Gambia Dalmoilo, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Away from that one, to the Voice newspaper. On the Voice newspaper, we've seen Marisok urges price control agency to regulate irregular price hikes on consumable. Ms. Marisok, a politician and leader of the Alliance for Social Democratic Movement Change, has appealed to the Gambia Control Agency in the country to regulate the irregular price hike on consumable. In her latest advocacy video clip, said with this medium, Madam Sok appealed to those that are in the price control agency to go out and assist the president and the people of the country to review price of items and figure out how to reduce them. He stressed that things that are not imported but produced or cultivated in the country should be reduced, hence they are not imported, noting if people are hungry in the country they cannot work and they will become sick. I'm sending this message to those in charge of price control to come out and help the people. If this is done, it will help the president, because at the end of the day the blame will be put on him. This is not normal. You buy something today and the following week they tell you that the price is increased. Where are we heading to? She said rhetorically. She went on to say that the Gambia is a small country but becoming the most expensive to live in. The leader of the Alliance for Social Democratic Movement for Change has as well urged the price control agency to pay attention to what is happening in the country, because everything in the country is expensive, even fish and mangoes among them.
Mangoes, that reminds me. Mangoes, I'll come to that, Sarah.
This is not the first time, this we'll be talking about, price hikes. This is not the first time it's happening.
Yeah.
Every day, for example, $25. The next day, so $35. So
young mangoes, it reminds me. There was a time my asked my wife, you general mango balanyo. House jigeni pulpit di jana that bena mango jur man say na man bena rek la ko jana bena jaruñu jënda sambe or whatever suma yel mo ci nek rek so man jigel bi bena bi ñaata la mënuma $50. I was shocked. Man what mënuma 50. dama mer dama ko fa baye jënda ko man ko duma ko jënda nañ dem because mënuma imagine bena doomi mango Gambia dem be tollu fu bena doomi mango di jaré $50. Some, yes, $100. Like, it's just normal. Amount of choice that we will have to buy it.
Yeah.
Because you understand that like some is $100. $50 is some if you're lucky didn't go up. But I was surprised. No, Amud Munna is 3.
3 mango, yeah.
Some is just 3. Amud Munna. But there was a time I get them towards the Bakau garage around in the Bakunda. I guess this guy with a wheelbarrow, I'm Jur. Then nit ñang ko wor di ko jënda ak yoy no mané waaw waxe gaay wor ki di ak yoy no maybe is not that costly, maybe it's cheap. So ma cross road side bi ma dem ci mom ma fekk ko fa mango ñaata la ma am na 50 am na 100. So ma help ngi dem back to this woman selling one mango at 50. Manam okay legi jaay ma set defal ma saam yan ñoy 50 mu ne ma no yi 150 yi 100. I was really surprised. But I could come 50 and then Nyeta la majo. Nyeta you have they were very good.
Yeah.
I was really but no ko muncha da ko mala ko gori.
Hanga mango mo.
Mango jore ko tay gisuma kel ko la gina yombale.
Mango dafa bori ci dëkk bi. Especially if you go to the provinces.
Yeah.
Wala sa nga dem ci Kombo ci sax. There's abundance. Of mango demal Birkama demal mas ñom Sifo ñom Busura di nga am mango mango be
so in abundance
nga dem ñom Burfoot fini ñom Tintinto fofu mango mom
fofu def imaginal
way gaay luñ la wax gis nga jakari mango luñ la wax xam nga problème bi fan la ci Sandigal bi Sandigal bi Serekunda gis nga su ñëwé luñ la wax mo nekk né naka pass bi.
Yeah.
No. loolu la wax di only excuse de tell you
fi ñu ko jëlee paas
bi fu ñu ko jëlee paas bi moom moo seer lu moo tax saaku bi léegi soo yow ki nga xamante ne baana la ki nga xamante ne kooku soo ko jaayee dafay ñëw jaayal keneen so dafa kooku dem dafa bëgg a teg fu profit so jigéen yi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo de jaay ci kaw yoon bi ñoom tamit dañoo bëgg a am tamit profit because kenn du bëgg a def business bi nga xamante ne at the end of it da ngay daan
that's right
that's it so loolu moo tax it's going to be very very difficult pour ñu wàññi lii because the only thing that they would tell you is pass bi
leena moom a jaaxal naa la jox benn affaire boo xam ne dafa war a jaaxal ñëpp am mégu benn sens gis nga there was a time petit sukur dafa amoon that amount quantity bi naka la amoon but the same petit sukur quantity bi dafa wàññeeku so lan mooy changes bi because those days for example da nga jënd petit sukur let's say nii la mooy am for example léegi nga jënd petit sukur nii la mooy am is it because ne dañu wàññi saay si pot yi or is it because ne dañ dóor taati pot yi bi nga xam ne wala dañ def sukur ci biir I cannot just get it because su fekkee ne
sukur rek de
waaw
nekkul sukur rek de even jaakari gerte yi waaw anything li nga xamante ne dañ ko dee nata
mosa na ñëw dóor taati ko ci biir
gaa yi dañ noota taati pot bi mu dugg si biir
loolu dafa xaraam
léegi ñu tibal la jox la
loolu dafa xaraam parce que leena la cher dinañ understand ok cher na parce que mu doon jar 5 tey mu ngay jar 10 but at least dafa fekk is the same quantity but quantity bi those days and quantity bi now is the same is different te ñu ngi use benn pot la because those days soo amee benn pot for example maa ngi remember those days benn poti sukur di nga mën a xim ñaari half kaas ataay ñii naan ataay xam nañ li maa wax da nga mën a am benn poti sukur nga xim si ñaari half kaas now you cannot have it anymore so lan mooy question bi is it because ne dañ change poti sukur bi ndax borom pot yi bu ñuy jaay sukur ñoom ñoo ko nekk di def because mënuma understand
lépp si amoon na time
even démb maa ngi gis on Facebook di Fabulous DJ maa ngi ko gis mu ngi téye poti sukur ba pare nag can you imagine lii mooy poti sukur bu jar $15 and if you take a look at that the wrap of paper is so small bi nga xam ne you cannot even imagine dafa mel ni da nga just tiba sa loxo bi just a handful of sugar nga jël rek nga sotti ko foofu da nga laxas ko and we are saying is pot a pot should be pot. A pot yesterday should be the same with a pot of today. So what is the difference? La moo tax quantity bi mu bëri woon then and then it's smaller now.
Everything is
so I mënuma understand and moo tax su ma dee joxe the commodity prices sometimes dama dee shed light on this and people should not take it ne it's this price that I am giving out happens everywhere. Because even within the same market da ngaa dem nga realize ne it's a different price di nga am di nga am benn saami jaxatu ñu jaay la ko 10 nga dem fële kooku jaay la ko 12 di nga am saaku maalo kii nga ko American rice bu nga ko jaay $1,750 some people are selling it at $1,800 so that's the kind of things we need to shuttle. I think I don't know what kind of mechanism that the government used to have in place to control this.
Even Buro Ponce is expensive now.
It's one of your favorite, I guess.
It's not my favorite, but okay. I'm telling you, Mburo Ponce, bi nga xamante ne used to be the cheapest.
That's really
it's expensive.
No, things are costly. Yeah. Definitely, things are costly.
Among the time, if you have let's say $25, di nga mën a am mburu sarde.
Mburu sarde.
Di nga mën a am mburu sarde. Why right now, even $50.
A tin of sardine now.
Even $50, you cannot give him mburu sarde.
Yeah, because a tin of sardine, I guess, is $35, and then
when the minus spoon is $10, the bread is $10. That's how much?
That's 20 plus sardine is a tin of sardine is 35.
No, 40.
Look at that,
my friend.
Look at that, and you go to some places, so it's by 35, and low is something definitely not good. But imagine that you have a family to feed. In the morning, they may spend like let's say $200 on breakfast or more. Yeah, fish money for lunch. Dinner. And other expenses as well.
Because
more I'm not better control they don't know where this thing is coming from. To them, you just have to give it to them when they ask for it. So some of them. So it does not mean because you not explain more. Let's say mun ngaa génne dépasse 300. joxe nga ndéewoo génne nga dépasse 300 nga dem kër nga dem liggéey nga soo mistake bi nga teel a wàcca nga ñëw kër gis nga diggante boobu soxla yi boo ñaan rek waxal sa mu jox ma 25 amal ma 35 mais ma 25 dañoo bëgg di am soxla but if you stay away then soxla yi
léegi coon fekk mu ne soo xamoon sa bàyyi lu mu doon daj.
waaw di waaw naka la ko waxaati sax.
xaw ma juddu màgg am njaboot xaw ma.
waaw màgg ba njaboot bu wër la. ak ñu ngi ci roor lépp màgg si sa kaw.
waaw lépp màgg sa kaw.
di nga xam ne sa baay jàmbaar la woon.
sa baay jàmbaar la woon.
non it's serious because sometimes dañ la dee laaj yow sa bopp da ngay wax waaw. so kooku foofu la doon waxee mu ne ma if I stay late at work or xëy na maa ngi wàcc liggéey am keneen lu ma dem toppatoo yi. you're free from all this but su fekkee da nga teel a ñëw kër after bi nga génnee dépense génnee añ reer whatever yëpp mu ngi fa soxla yu ndaw yi 25 ma jën a eve 50 ma jën a nangam mu ne balaa ngaa dem tëdd calculer tal loolu waat yëpp soo moytu di nga spend $1,000 a day do you have it you don't
loolu mooy nga petty cash
no petty cash bi moom métti nag some people will not add up this petty cash but if you do you understand na spend nga an amount boo xam ne sax yow nga realize
you have your budget you also have your own small petty cash bi nga xamante ne soo yéen
petty cash is no more a petty cash this petty cash bi is that's what I'm saying Sarah so daf la confused because xam nga la moo tax dafa mel ni tey nga ñëw ñu ne la jigéen ñi for example nga am xew ñu ne la dañ need let's say ganaar bi nduga bi ak yëpp we need $20,000 dama laa jox exemple to you it is costly dafa expensive nga ne gars yi non du ma leen mën a jox $20,000 pour nduga rek déedéet and then you give them $15,000 demal nga toog soo moytuwut di nga spend that 20,000 te doo ko yëg or even more than that because si biir dinañ ñëw ne la lii amut nañ soxla nangam dañ bugg a def nangam and you will be there to spend all this money if you don't mind at the end of the day di nga spend at least even 25 and then you are rejecting the $20 that they proposed in the first place so that's the kind of situation we have in this country it's expensive but am bi tollu noonu
so we take our last story from the Voice newspaper that is back the Brikama Area Council Market Committee Chairman Honorable Mamadou Jawo Jallo has disclosed that the bad debt of $4 million made it difficult for his goods at the town's main market. He made the disclosure at the Brikama Area Council last Friday during a dialogue with mob traders from the Brikama market over the issue of floats in the market. Consoling the Brikama market traders, Honorable Mamadou Jawo Jallo said the council inherited an empty account with a debt of $4 million that has greatly affected their work in combating floats at the Brikama market. He informed them that BAC is optimistic about building drainage system along the waterway after the rainy season, while emphasizing the need for traders and business owners to pay revenue and tax rates to the council adequately. Honorable Jawa pointed out that the new executive come into the office during the rainy season coupled with an empty account made it difficult for them to look into the financial aspect of the budget of the council. He added that the BAC is using 2 safety tanks that are insufficient for the people of West Coast region. About Brikama Nyambai Council, he assured that his committee will construct sewages for the floats at the town's main market to enable pedestrians and traders to go on their normal businesses at the market for better collection of revenue and taxes. However, Jallo applauded the ex-chairman of BAC, Sirifo Sonko, for building new stores at the town's main market, while lamenting that many traders claim to have paid for the stores but not officially allocated to any trader. He further highlighted the importance of payment of revenue and pleaded to them to always pay taxes and revenue, stating that it is meant to development, noting that 60% of the revenue collected will be plowed back to the people of West Coast region.
Wow.
This is what is happening in Brikama. Li mo nekk di xew Brikama nga Brikama moom si marché bi soo fa demee time nawet dang day yëm because time nawet moom Brikama it's crazy foofu moom even Sirifo Song dafa fail foofu noonu dafa fail.
No, it's a challenge.
It's a big challenge because every rainy season the same thing. Every rainy season ñii dañ dee joy to every time they complain every time, but at the end of the day the same thing lu kii di wax
mooy xeppalaat
loolu lañ dee wax gars yi every year every time and you are enforcing people, you encouraging people to pay revenue, to pay taxes, all right, waaye ma maa ngi fay tax at the end of the day tax bi 60% moo war a ñëwaat si man gisuma ko waaye loolu sax moo de gën a discourage nit ñi to
I think
stay away
for now we have that problem in all these councils. Parce que 60% obviously not have them back to the to taxpayers.
That is the main problem.
So that's the problem.
I will not say already chairman like that. Why even councillors is and they are not helping us.
Yeah.
All right? Because if you are a councillor, for all right, because you like chompal, you are enjoying, so you lower a hair, doko hair.
Yeah.
Yangi, Loranga Bip, Fufula. Right? Because you have at least 60%
should go back to the people.
Go back to the people.
Yeah.
Right, 60%. Because Brikama Marsebi, Yagan and your Joyly.
Yeah.
This is not the first time.
And they have a councillor around that area.
They have councillors around many.
And
councillor with yourself, Bobu Gaineka.
Exactly.
Then Kogis.
They have written the packet.
Yeah. Sila Gis.
Yeah.
Nawebi. Demal Brikama Naho.
If you talk about the issues of councillors, Mota Amga Ninja Fagna councillors in Baba Daniel Hamne. They have a very big responsibility. Problem when they face, problem when they face, the National Assembly member, in fact, I'm going to feel all the time, and this is very important.
This is problem they face. During their campaign.
Yeah.
During their campaign, ruxa bu nekk duga nañ fa tay ni fi nga xamantene problème mu fa ay lifin mu fa all right duga nañ fofu nonu xol gestu fofu naka la mel ñu make ay promises yoy nonu ñu votal len they know from the chairman down to the last councillor ñom ñep xam nañ lan mo nekk sen gox yi xam nañ lan mo nekk Brikama xam nañ lan mo nekk Banjul xam nañ lan mo nekk Serekunda xam nañ nekk Basse Kerawan xam nañ they know everything.
Mais par xam nga lan la bëgg la ca liggéey councillors yi because mënuma understand because most of the time the only thing they do councillors la wax the only thing they do is set settle and to have an excavator pour ak ñu fata pay am foog ma ne dañ am yeneen activities different from this te li ma wax mooy soo déggee ma wax ne ñoom ñoo war a gën a xam problème mooy they live within the community. Understand? Every word.
Dama dee wax gars yi several times. Gis nga councillor Souleymane Jammeh. mu nekkoon councillor Souleymane Jammeh la right now mu nekk MP bu Ndong. Souleymane Jammeh councillor yu bari dañu war a jàngee si moom. All right Souleymane Jammeh nekk na ki nga xamante ne moom du xaar council si boppam mu ñëw. daf dee am ay projets yi nga xam ne dafay dem uti ay donors ñoo implement those projects in Bundung loolu moo tax waa Bundung ngay naw ko loolu moo tax waa Bundung di like Souleymane Jammeh gaa dañ ko like am na so many projets yi nga xam ne sax kii ñu ngi ko def gis nga this lighting projects yi nii moo ko commencé
moo ko pioneer
moo pioneer everything
many people attest to
nit ki su fekkente ne you are a councillor you already have an avenue an avenue to tap funds because you are a councillor nothing should stop you from even going outside.
Sir, I am telling you there are councillors in this country right now you struggle to form their subcommittees. Because ñeneen ci bari sax xamuñ ñaata sub words ñeneen ci bari sax xamuñ ñaata sub words lañ xam naka la ñoo definition of this
even subcommittees you guys still now I will go back to Souleymane Jammeh all right Souleymane Jammeh committee mbe all right although he is from APRC all right why committee mbe ñu fa nekk
comprises of all the
parties ñi nga xam ne ñoo ñëru xëccoo place bi yëpp
daf leen he said it here ñoo na fi after
loolu moo tax mu ngi doon succeed waaye yow su fekkente ne yow nga ne ñi nga xam ne ñoo doon xëccoo place bi because ñooñu xam nañ what are some of the issues yow you don't want to invite them yow yaa bëgg a toog yow ak sa ay nit rek pour ngeen enjoy liggéey bi du dem
dañ la seetaan
foog nga ñëw nga bokk ko ak ñi nga xamante ne ay gis nga your position ñi nga xamante ne ñoo la di criticize they can help you to develop
definitely
waaye soo waxee ne ok because kii ànduma moom bokkuma moom parti opinion doesn't matter. At the end of the day yow yaay ñëw sofa.
bi nga wiinee sax party issue da nga ko war a teg fële.
For sure.
bi nga demee ba win then party issue da nga ko war a teg fële. And I think they should definitely try to engage with people within their ward to know what their problems are, and then you try to settle those problems in their capacity. I mean,
how many of them even go for inspection, ward inspection?
Yeah,
at least from time to time, every 3 months. All right, demar wor si gox bi. Duga si kër yi waxtaan nit ñi.
Especially this rainy season.
Waaw, waxtaan nit ñi. But they are not doing that. Yo, as far as elect nañ la jeex na.
That's bad. That's bad. Do we have another story?
No,
that should be it.
Yeah.
Well, it's 11:30, 11:30 in our studios here in Banjul, and then we're going for a short break, and then when we come back, we'll take a look at some of the interesting stories on the social media, and we have some international stories as well to take to look at. And this is the Breakfast Show. My name is Sheikh Gaye, and I'm together with Mr. Sara Kamara, my MD. We're coming back shortly after the break, and the Breakfast Show continues.
Siginga khulma sama khol ya koy dundal diri Siginga khulma sama mer ya koy difal diri Duma mbesta yidilo boy baby Nakh ya koy dundal sa khol bi leeru asamane tiri Doma dole Nop nga ma kholo ci dole Seri koko ya mome
All right, we're glad to be back on the Breakfast Show, coming to you live on Star TV, and we, like I said, we're going to take a look at some stories on social media. To begin with, do we have a story from which?
All right, thank you very much. We have story. We begin with the Fountain Network. We've seen the Sport Minister Bakari Baji moving forward. He said we will be using the coming weeks to try to improve in the area he observed, and he recommended. You know, the CAF field inspector Mohammed Sidat was in the country. Bakari Baji, the Honorable Minister, said, and I quote, moving forward, we will be using the coming weeks to try to improve the areas he observed and recommended, alongside completing what we have been started. There were some observations that were never part of the job that he had made. Wow. But we have taken note of that, and we will work on those as well. Sport Minister Bakari Baji highlighted after meeting with the CAF field inspector Mohammed Sidat, who did a preliminary inspection at the Independence Stadium on July 15. You know, he was here, and then he made some, you know, inspection, and then there are some things that he make mention, especially outside the entrance, the road that links to the stadium, and the roads that link to the stadium. For him, he said it's not that much, you know, safety standard. Yeah. So, but I think those are things that have not been put.
But I think I heard him saying, if those roads are not ready, then obviously CAF would not recommend the stadium.
Yeah, but right now, no, he didn't say it. But what he said is, what he has to do for him, he will come back again. He will write a report, send it, and then he will come back again, do the final inspection.
That because of the promise that they made to him that by early August everything is ready.
This is just a preliminary inspection. Yeah, because you come once and then you come final, because they give you a month before the match. For them to finalize on which stadium that they're going to play. So that's why he said that he is coming back for a final inspection, and then after the final inspection he will send his report to CAF, and then CAF will, you know, write to us whether we're going to play or not. You know, but according to the minister, some of the things that he made observe there, you know, were not earlier mentioned in the CAF letter, you know, for the Gambia government to work on and also to upgrade, you know. But according to the minister, as far as he has mentioned it, so they will include it and they work on that, while also continuing on the work that they are currently doing. But he do thank, you know, the ministry, the GFF, the Gambia government, you know, for at least, you know, working, you know, towards that, because what we all want is for Gambia to play. But for me, quality and standard is number one.
Definitely.
If you have quality and standard, that would be good for me. All right. Another story on the Fountain Network is, as you know, on the rainy season, you know, this poto, you know, poto, the moods, the models, the puddles, you know, those things, especially when it's rain already. You are driving your car, and then somebody is dressed like Lipsy, very neatly, going to work, and then you just splash the water, you know, on his clothes. What happens?
Because wow, that's definitely something.
That's what we are on right now, and I think we need to advise those with cars, drivers, you know, to at least
drive carefully,
drive slowly. Yeah, when they approach, you know, these puddles, poto, and other stuff.
Sometimes you do it for yourself, because so can you drive roughly, and then you see potholes in it. Then some of them have problem because problem. So you're not going to do it.
Then you push, then you splash. At the end of the day, you're so open and
imagine if you're from a far place and I don't go up then you throw it and then
yaaxal nañ sa dee bi.
So it's very stressful. moo tax most of the time nga gis nga def ko mu saaga.
mu saaga
fekk sax du saaga kat waaye xol bee jeex.
All right. Unfortunately, also the Lord Mayor of Banjul, Rohey Malick Lowe, has said she wants to focus on development in Banjul and avoid involving herself in politics during what she refers as her final term in office as mayor, which I think is also very, very good for Rohey Malick Lowe. Right now, politics Rombana. All right. The only thing that they have right now is Puligay.
Definitely.
Liggéey nit ñi feel ne ok waaw Rohey Malick Lowe dëgga mu ngi liggéey
dafa am legacy bu mu fa war a bàyyi.
Thank you very much. Exactly, and I really like that. We've also seen on Star TV page officer renew our Gambia contract on Friday, July 14th, at the ceremony held at the head office in Caraba Avenue. The award-winning singer became the brand ambassador for the telecommunication company last year, making it the youngster biggest endorsement deal. Waka J, head of promotion officer, spoke during the ceremony and explained why officer reconnect with the musician. I can proudly say that after working with AWA for the past year, we are proud to associate ourselves with AWA once again. This is because officer wanted to partner with only the best, and AWA is one of the best, giving her several accomplishments over the last year. And it's true. AWA is one of the best. Look at the awards you'll win.
So because that tells you, especially female artists in this country, she is second to none. Because if you take a look at her concert, if you take a look at her album launching, if you take a look at the number of tickets she sold, if you take a look at the deals she signed, I think she is second to none in this country at her age, being a youngster that she is. I think the future looks so bright. She definitely needs to to develop her effort to concentrate on his musical career, to at least avoid not being carried away somewhere, because I'm not definitely with that anyway. She's still young, though definitely something that's it's remarkable, but we are talking about a career. For as long as you live, for as long as you wanted to be a musician, then obviously your career counts. So things that you do more like that strength for achieve a lot. We are talking about the longevity. Because our musical career is like, because they have ups and downs, especially those who knows music very well. So those who are engaged in promotions will definitely tell you some of the things that keeps an artist up there. So you cannot be just someone.
In summer, Watson Gambia, a taxi driver who killed a 33-year-old woman while talking on the phone, was arrested and taken into custody. The incident happened, a source disclosed that the driver, one Yaya Sow, left the road and hit the woman who was selling fresh milk. When asked if the driver was talking to his girlfriend or wife on the phone, the source responded, "I don't know, but it must be a woman," because he was so distracted that he left the road without noticing it and killed an innocent woman. Which I think is very, very good. We advise drivers, to always, make sure you respect the laws. You cannot be driving and also on the phone, talking. If you want to talk on the phone, park at one side, and then talk. And when you finish, you can just continue on your journey.
That's a good advice.
We've also seen on the Alcamba Times where the volunteerism program will see youths in the city being sent to different countries for skills acquisition to curb the unemployment rate in the city. That is said by Mayor Rohey Lowe. What we are doing is giving skills to the young to the youths. Banjul has a very youthful population. Some will be taken to China, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Mali, and Senegal. Fortunately, I traveled to Germany about 2 weeks ago, and their mayor also want to be part of this. I also have another mayor from Portugal who would want to be part of it. Also Macedonia, who want to take some of these youths. The elected mayor all told Alcamba Times while emphasizing her quest to save the life of young people in her city, which I also think is also very, very good. Taking the youth outside the country, for them to learn skills and then come back. That's encourage development in this country. We've also seen on the Gambia Sports news page that the World Cup 2026 qualifiers, Group F, is Gambia, Ivory Coast, Gabon, Kenya, Burundi, and then Seychelles. That's what we have seen. A very, very tough group, of course, because strong opponents like Ivory Coast, like Gabon, and also like Kenya. So
even Burundi,
so these are some opponents that Gambia is going to face, in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers in Group F. That's very good. All right, and then we've also seen, I think that was the last one. Oh no, last one, Kirfatu. He said, I'm not going for another term as chairman of Mansa Konko Area Council. That is my principle, and I also deliberate about it because we believe we are the young leaders of Africa, and we cannot just talk about principles. We cannot just talk about rule of law and all those things without practicing it. So he said he is not going to seek for a third term. So after this one, he is make sure that he's going to resign and then do other things.
Wow, that's good. That's the Mansa Konko Area Council.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Thank you so very much, Chara. I think the only thing that we are left with is the international stories that we are going to take a look at. But I will take leave of you. You've got another engagement.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so very much. Do you want to say something before you go?
Well, I would just like to say, let everyone do as the chairman of Mansa Konko.
No, not to seek a term.
Because if you act.
You practice what you preach.
Yeah, but sometimes you advocate for something and you are not practicing it.
Okay.
Which is very, very bad.
Is it because they would say they are permitted by law to go for a third time because there is no term limit, so that's why they are doing it?
Yeah.
Would someone blame them for doing that? Are they doing the right thing?
You can't blame them, but sometimes if you advocate for a president not to go for a third term, you yourself you have to do it.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for that. I hope to see you tomorrow, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Why election was white,
I might wear white.
What do you mean?
I might wear white.
I will call you video call to see to see your dress code before my Guinness market. But it's really nice though. Anyway.
All right. Thank you.
I see Helen Tay. Can I learn Soral?
I see Helen.
Don't get him kill Soral.
Abba. Abba.
She did it.
Guy named my Ustaz can Pap Fall.
Don't get a Murfal.
Murfal how much?
Or Lumagis guy don't get him kill Soral. Can I Soral? Aisha
Nene Tuti.
Aisha Nene Tuti.
Aisha Nene Tuti mo Soral.
Ndeysaan.
Waaw.
Fu mu toll ci yow?
Oh my God. Loolu mënuma ko wax sax yàlla ko ko am. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Anyway, let's go for a break and then we'll come back. We'll take a look at some three international stories when we're back. This is the Breakfast Show and we're coming back shortly to take a look at those international stories. Welcome back to the Breakfast Show. Let's now take a look at some international stories, like 3 stories before we take leave of you. Zimbabwe's main opposition party, the Citizens Coalition for Change, has launched its election campaign rally. It comes a week after police banned the previous event ahead of the country's general election. And let's take a look at this by Haru Mutasha, who reports from Wuru in Zimbabwe.
Leader. Some supporters from his Citizens for Coalition Change party have been arrested. Others say the governing ZANU-PF party is intimidating them, an allegation government leaders deny. The high cost of living and unemployment are major concerns for voters. Issues Shamisa told his supporters he plans to fix if he wins next month's presidential election.
Jobs, opportunities, freedom for everyone.
After previous rallies were banned by the police, this one in Gweru was allowed to go ahead.
Coming here to Gweru, we had to reschedule the launch from Birindura to Gweru. That itself tells you that there isn't fairness in this election. And because of that, we should definitely be worried.
Some Zimbabweans are also concerned about a new law. Human rights activists and opposition supporters are worried about this new patriotic law. They say it's vague and open to abuse. Government leaders say the law is necessary to protect national interests. The law imposes sentences ranging from fines to imprisonment for those who take part in meetings that encourage international military action or trade boycotts.
Yeah, it's not a good law because it's serving the ruling party's interest for them to retain power and suppress the nation.
Chamisa used to head the Movement for Democratic Change Party until a court ruling in 2020 stripped him of the leadership. Last year, he formed the Citizens Coalition for Change Party, and he is popular among people in cities. 5 years ago, Chamisa nearly beat President Emmerson Mnangagwa in the presidential election. The two men will face each other again this August. Haru Mutasa, Al Jazeera, Gweru, Zimbabwe. Campaigning has been difficult for Nelson Chamisa.
And barely 26 million people in the Democratic Republic of Congo are facing acute food shortage, according to World Food Programme. More than 6 billion of them have been forced from their homes by armed groups fighting for territory and a share of the country's mineral riches. Fahmida Mila reports for Al Jazeera. Let's take a look at that one.
Mother of 9, Purana Bembeleza, fled her village last year, fighting between... For many Congolese, camps like this one in Busagara are home, at least for now. Mother of 9, Purana Bembeleza, fled her village last year, fighting between M23 fighters and government forces in North Kivu province made it unsafe. She's one of many forced to flee due to worsening insecurity. Amnesty International accuses rebels of war crimes including summary executions, forced recruitment of civilians and mass rape. While Furana has sought safety here, with no income and limited food, she faces new challenges.
Our life's very different here since we left our village, where I used to farm my own food and supply to my family. But here in the camp, we're only receiving 20 kilos of maize, which we need to eat for almost 2 weeks. It's not easy to survive with that.
Malema Ngoy also fled his home with his family, and there's not enough to eat.
If the government believes they are not able to send us back home, they need to add more food for us in this camp so that we can properly feed our kids, because in the village we used to eat sufficiently all the time and different foods as well.
Away from their farms and markets, people rely on food rations from the government, while others rely on international aid agencies.
These conflicts with the M23 and the emergencies in Ituri worry us enormously. We don't have enough financing yet, even though there has been fundraising. We still need more. Advocacy with donors and the international community are still going on in case of the DRC.
Aid agencies say the DRC has the highest number of internally displaced people in the world. At least 6 million have fled the conflict in North Kivu and militias fighting in the east. That fight for control, as well as the huge number of those in need, is making it difficult to meet demand. To help them cope, the humanitarian organizations say they need more money. Famida Miller, Al Jazeera. For many Congolese camps...
Finally, salvage experts have begun works to prevent an environmental disaster off the coast of Yemen. 1 million barrels of oil needs to be pumped off a rusting oil tank. It is at the center of the international dispute over who owns the oil on board and how to prevent a massive oil spill. That is, the UN poised to transfer oil from the decaying Red Sea oil tanker off Yemen coast, but we won't be able to bring you that footage. So this is exactly where we're going to draw the curtain for today's edition of The Breakfast Show. We're going to come your way tomorrow again for another edition. Until then, but thank you so very much for the pleasure of your company, and stay tuned for more interesting programs coming ahead.
la dose dem ruye suñu boole foo bëgg la ñuy noose jege si la duñu boole yëngal la sa xorom poole baby nga xolma sama xol yaa koy dundal biir sigi nga xolma sama mer yaa koy gifal duma mbës a taayi di la boy baby ndax yaa may dundal sa xol bi leeru asamaan tey ma wax la ki nga ne yaay sama naajo du sama supame saa yow kenn duma ma sama tale yëngalal ma wan ma fi nga leen ma ne wan leen ni jonga ma ne ci meeg wan leen ni tax ma doon sama këne yow mi kenn du la ma sa kokkale ragaloo ñaareel ma te ñettale ku la sa bara fakk nga sa njëkkaye sa mbaaxaay moo tax ma fentale seri amore sigi nga xool ma sama xol yaa koy dundal biiri sigi nga xool ma sama mer yaa koy sigi nga xool ma sama xol yaa koy dundal biiri sigi nga xool ma sama mer yaa koy gifal duma mbës a taayi di la boy baby ndax yaa may dundal sa xol bi leeru asamaan toog ma doole nopp nga ma xolo ci doole seri koko yaa moome yaa doj yaa googe yaa mokk poj yaa coofe may gal yaa roofe am nga sa bopp